again. Again. Once 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 again. again. Once 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 again. again. Once again. Once again. Once again. Once again. Once again. Once again. again. Once again. Once again. Once again. Once again. Once again. Once again. again.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I tried strawberry pie twice and it's still, but I figured out what was wrong.
What's that?
Okay. So I thought you cooked the strawberries,
Well,
right? Like you don't. You
There's-
don't. You don't.
Okay, Alex, you're talking
Uh-huh.
about baking a strawberry pie,
Yes.
and it's kind of bold that you just went straight strawberry because that's a lot of sweetness. And
Yeah, it
normally you
is.
would offset it with something like rhubarb. Strawberry rhubarb pie is a staple.
but you
the
have to
American
make
diet.
you have to cook it first to make a sauce out of it that goes into the pie shell.
That's
Yes.
wrong. That's wrong.
No,
That's wrong.
no.
Supposed to be like a preserve almost.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is not.
Yeah.
No, that's not what all of my recipes. And I thought the same thing, and I was doing that. And the problem with that is that you have to cook it for a very inordinate amount of time,
Yes.
a long
Yeah.
time. Because I was sitting there for 20 minutes and it was not cooking down.
That's,
I
that's
added
what
like a cup, a full cup of what is it called? Cornstarch to thicken it up, and it was not.
bro.
No, did you just
So
you made a
the-
slurry
I know-
first,
I know.
right?
Yes, I know what I'm doing.
It doesn't sound like
I
it.
know what I'm doing.
Does that sound like it?
There was no clumps. There was no lumps except for from the strawberries.
So the problem wasn't that the recipes are wrong. The problem is that you're impatient.
No, because the recipes say you coat the strawberries in sugar and cornstarch
Uh-huh.
Right.
and some lemon juice, but you coat them. You put them into the pie as such. Then it'll turn into whatever it needs to do. That's what the
The-
recipes say.
And you did this?
No, I did not yet. That's going to be try number 3.
Okay.
Let us know how it
That's next.
fails.
Okay.
How much has this misadventure costed you so far?
In strawberries
Well-
alone.
The strawberries haven't been that bad. They haven't been
Okay.
that bad. But the initial setup, I had to buy the pie, like the pie thing, and then I had to do, I had to buy some accoutrement, like a little brush to egg wash, and I had
Hold
to
on.
buy
Can we take 2 steps back? You said the pie thing? Are you talking about a pie tin? Or
Well,
are
no,
you
I got a
talking about
glass.
the
I got a
tool
glass one.
so that you can...
Okay.
Oh, you went really fancy.
I
Um,
was told it
if
was
I-
better online.
If I could suggest,
Uh-huh.
did you make your own crust then?
No,
Oh, good.
buying the
Okay.
the frozen crust.
Yeah.
It's not that
All right.
much cheaper to make your own, and it's a heck of a lot more intensive.
That's
Just
kinda,
checking.
Yeah, but so it's really just like if I do the whole process of just like coating the strawberries and then tossing it in, that really cuts down on a lot of stuff because I was doing like 20 minutes of waiting for that thing to cut down and water to evaporate, and it really
So
was
you
long.
should be making a thick, preserved, gel-like sauce that goes into
Yes.
the pie.
yes.
There
And
shouldn't be much
the first
to...
time it wasn't. The first time it wasn't, but I put enough cornstarch that I thought it would cook. I thought it would end up that way. Second time, I got it more. I got thicker for sure. But it's still not like it's still like you cut into it and it kind of spreads out really.
Well, so part of your problem is that it doesn't get hot enough in the oven to actually make the cornstarch do its magic. You've got to do that on the stove.
See, and that's not what the internet. So
I've
that's why
watched
I'm
enough
curious.
Great British Bake Off to know that the internet is wrong.
I've been
Yeah.
watching all the seasons, not just the seasons that are on
Al-
Netflix, baby. I'm with you.
Alex,
I'm with you.
can I, this isn't the
Uh-huh.
first time that the internet has failed you, okay? There's a
Yes.
long history of times when the internet has purposely sabotaged you into either, looking at something that you shouldn't have, or leading you in the wrong direction, or down a rabbit hole. What was it that you told my wife? TikTok has an algorithm that it suggests that you are into what? What was it?
9/11.
And something else?
Oh, I don't
both
remember
at the
after
same
that.
time?
Oh, 9/11
But it was
Magic the
really, like,
Gathering
really-
memes.
Was that
Oh,
what
those
it
were pretty
was?
good.
Like really
Yeah.
weird targeted things. You need to, maybe take a step back, ease up on some of the internet, maybe not
We're
go
gonna do-
down all of the rabbit holes.
We're gonna go on pie number 3, baby, next week. Next week.
All right.
I
Well,
feel
while
like
it's
I need
still
to take a step back
this
from
week.
throwing away
Yeah.
full pies.
Mhm.
Oh
Eat those,
no!
or-
Yeah, you gotta eat them.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of liquid, dude. It's a lot of liquid.
Eat your mistakes.
Eat through the
Just
pain.
wasteful. Just
Yeah.
wasteful.
Well,
Right?
the second one we're eating, but that first one is not. It wasn't good.
Well, just drain the liquid out of it and then eat what's left over.
I mean, what
Until
are we doing?
then,
What are we doing now?
we're doing a podcast. Welcome to session 302 of Super GG Radio, where friends chat about video games and all things adjacent, including pies. That's right, we just spent the better part of, 4 minutes talking about pies? 7 minutes talking about pies?
I call it Pie
Oh.
Ventures. My Pie
No,
Ventures.
this wasn't a pie venture. This was a pie steak, if you
Pie-isode.
catch my meaning.
Pie-isode.
Joining us for this pie-isode, Alex Arona.
What's going on, Getty?
Say hi, Alex.
Hey, what's going on? Fellow pie enthusiasts.
Also with us, a man who knows nothing about pies, Joel DeWitt.
Straight rhubarb. No other fruit. I just want to eat plain root.
You're wrong. Rhubarb
No.
is not a root.
Yeah,
It is in my terms.
It's a
Alex
I was
stalk.
more worried
Alec,
about.
we do a thing called yes and.
No,
Yeah,
I like
worried
no
about
and. No, you're wrong. And
poisoning
here's why.
himself, but that's fine. You know what? And a man who knows everything about pies. That's right, Alec Parks.
It's all from that watching too much American Pie that did me in.
So many things wrong. Those
movies should have
So-
stopped after 2.
There's so little pie in that movie. And in the next one, there isn't even pie, is there?
No.
Nope. Not particularly.
Oh,
Song's
remember
better.
the pies. Never pie get. Well,
Never pie
as
get.
much as I'd like to continue on
To pie get.
talking about pies for the next, I don't know how long this episode's going to run, but
50 minutes.
we're going to jump right into early adopters. That's right, early adopters, where we play alphas, betas, and games that you've never heard of, because that's what we do.
We're here to tell you about
We
it.
hate ourselves so much that we go on to the internet and we find a game called Roadside Research, where you play as an extraterrestrial who works full time at a gas station to collect DNA and watch humans exist. This is a cozy game, Alex.
I felt this was a good work that I felt pretty comfortable in. I instantly got very relaxed, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna load up the shelves, and then I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna fill up the gas tanks. I'm gonna, and the weirder part was how detailed some of it got, where someone would give you money, and then the
Mhm.
register will tell you how much to give back all the way down into change.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I have to give pennies on this thing? Who
Mhm.
needs pennies? I thought we were past
Well,
pennies.
Sir, let me tell you, I didn't make any of my prices so that I had to give that kind of change. I rounded everything up. You can
Ooh,
change
good
the
call.
prices
That's a good call.
so that you don't have to mess around. You don't have to give people pennies. I never gave anybody over the amount or shorted them on the amount that they paid. I can
I did.
imagine that would hinder your customer service levels. Because that's
I
one of the
I
measures in
did.
this game.
I did because I didn't realize like at certain points it like I was looking at the screen wrong, and it was kind of like you're all set, and I was like cool, and then I realized I went through 3 customers where I never gave any change back.
Oh no,
It was
they were
fine.
probably
After that, I
real
moved on.
miffed.
They were fine, but they really did make that place messy.
Oh yeah. So, Alec, picture if you will, a pretty sparsely decorated gas station.
Okay.
It's got two shelves in there to start. All right. You can go over into the back room. There's like this whole alien setup. It has a store. You can navigate between tabs. It's like a touch screen. So you're grabbing different items. You can purchase gasoline so that you can refill what you have outside because people are coming up for gas at the same time. So here you are ordering stuff, running over, filling up the shelves, setting the price. It's work. It really is work. And I feel like if I had at least one other person there with me, then it's much easier because running outside to fill up the gas tanks, like because people aren't doing them themselves.
Of course
You
not.
have to do it. And then you have to run back in. I had a line a couple of times where people are just like waiting to check out. And like Alex was saying, you have to give them change. Well, you should give them change because
Yeah.
it's keeping track of like how much money you're getting. And then there's the weird alien research. You want to tell a little bit about that, Alex?
Actually,
How
I
do
didn't
you
get the
research
alien research.
What?
Tell me about it.
How?
Yeah.
I want to know how they
Okay.
don't know you're an alien. What's your costume like?
You have just like a paper bag with
Oh,
a picture
it's-
of a normal person's face on.
Yep. It's real bad.
And also you just like your feet are wet and floppy. So every time
Uh-huh.
you walk you just hear a nice audio squelch.
Ooh.
Some slapping
Squelch,
noises.
squelch. Yeah.
And you'll have to clean up the gunk that the humans make. But so humans will leave behind tissues and cans and just other random items. And it's like, hey, you got to clean this up. So it starts where you're just like picking up an item and running it to the back to dump it into this box. And then it's like, okay, you can purchase trash bags. So then you can load up like 10 items. And then you eventually are able to progress these research tracks, which give you like, all right, now you need a camera. So it gives you a camera and take a picture of somebody in blue jeans, take a picture of somebody in a red shirt, stuff like this.
Yeah.
So then you're able to do that at the same time as you increase how much you're selling. You can purchase different things inside of the shop. More shelves, you can purchase unlocks that let you get a whole different tier of items. So since it's like a roadside gas station, it starts off with just like tea, beer, not even beer, just like dry food, so cereal. But then you can unlock like beer. What I
Okay.
found weirder is that you can unlock specifically Sprite.
And
I was like, I feel like these guys probably didn't get the licensing from Sprite.
Nope.
So I'd be
Nope.
interested to know, like, hey, what's you guys sure you want to call it Sprite? You don't want to call it something else? Like, I don't know.
It'll probably get changed upon release for sure.
What's the Pepsi one? It's Starry or something
Starry,
like that?
yeah.
Used to be
Starro?
Sierra Mist.
Yeah, did
Yeah.
you hear what that actually, the reasoning behind that?
No, I thought it was just rebranding.
No, apparently there was somebody online going by Sierra Mist as their like handle, and that was
No.
their actual name, and Pepsi forgot to renew their trademark on it.
Yes.
Awesome. Oh. You
Oh,
done
Alec, you
messed
might have
up,
to adjust the
Ron?
windows, by the way.
I'm
Alec, you
working
might have
on
to
it.
adjust the windows.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Did we lose him?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, he's gone. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So I think it's a very funny premise, but also I found it very relaxing. It was weird how like it detailed it was, where like you had to again count out change to the penny, but then the secondary part is I did not like but it was like, oh, you got to refill the gas because they're out of like diesel, and I would just buy a giant like oil drum, and then it's like, what do I do with this? There's no like, and it's just like, I don't know, just pour oil drum next to gas, to the where the gas is, and it's like, oh, it works near the pump. And I was like, that feels not correct. I'm not just gonna pour this oil into the pump. I thought there'd be more to this. Like you lift up the the bottom thing, you hook up a hose.
I thought so too.
Nope.
I don't know. I need to play this co-op.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a shame it's not
I
going to be
liked it
out by
enough
Extra
where-
Life.
Yeah, exactly. But I liked it enough where I could easily, man the register. We could have one person that's helping out outside collecting DNA, just a bunch of different people all interacting. It'd be much easier to keep track of all the things. Be able
I'd
to
be
load
filling
up
up all the gas
shelves quicker.
tanks.
Yeah, exactly. I
Just
I think
constantly
that
buy
this
stuff
is
on Amazon. Yeah.
got some real potential though.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we could do a lot of good stuff with this, and I think that there's a lot of room for like comments, and I think that if we were to play it together, we could get some fun situations to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we got for Roadside Research. I do recommend it. I shamefully played way more than I probably should have. I just kept going. I made it like nearly 4 days in. I just kept going and going and going. At a certain point, you need a lot more DNA and a lot more human research in order to progress it. The humans eventually become suspicious of you, but give it a looky-loo. If you're looking for a cozy work like, this can definitely scratch that itch while you're waiting for something else.
Hell yeah.
I don't mean to scurry on to the next game, but that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Hey
Yeah,
y'all,
Scurry.
I played Scurry.
This is
How-
a more
I-
up your guys' alley. You controlling a bunch of a roaming gang of squirrels on a golf course, causing all sorts of chaos in a very Vampire Survivors way. I definitely like this was. I understand. I know you guys like Vampire Survivors, but for me, oh man, I don't know. Getty, did you love Scurry?
I did enjoy Scurry, and I was hoping that Joel was going to be here long enough to talk about Scurry. It's just, I mean, you're a squirrel on a golf course, running around picking up garbage, and then it gets interesting. At a certain point, it just goes like, the town folk are aware of you, like, sorry, what? And then, they just start coming after you. But every couple of moments you spawn different squirrels. You can get like regular squirrels, you can get fire squirrels, you can get
Lightning
electricity squirrel. Yeah. And they'll spawn up and then they'll attack. They will attack the townspeople as they come near you. One of the problems that I had was quickly regenerating the squirrels that were helping me. So it was a lot of kiting. Just, the act of running around the map while everything chases after you until I had an army of squirrels, and then I would like jump back and then let it go. Like you said, Alex, it's Vampire Survivors in a way. We've got a small amount of power-ups. Whenever you level up, you can choose regular squirrels, which, it'll increase the amount of health you gain per second. It'll increase how much health you gain, or the opportunity to gain health on picking up items. Or you get fire squirrels.
They'll
which,
live longer. They'll fight harder.
Yeah. Fire squirrels will blow up and just leave
Ooh.
like fire on the ground. I personally went with the electricity squirrels. You get enough levels in that, and then you can do like an electric discharge. That was really cool.
And then also bolts of lightning just start randomly appearing on the field.
Yep. Lightning will
Start
jump
striking
from enemy to enemy. Eventually, the townsfolk get upset enough that they come out with guns, and then the police show up and the military. But it's all kind of voxely. So it's not so difficult, but again, if you get pinned in the wrong spot or you aren't doing what you need to combat the townspeople fast enough, you're gonna have a bad time.
See, the problem I had was that that wasn't an issue. My issue was that it just seemingly was gonna go. Like I was still going and still going, and like the amount of upgrades weren't varied enough that I felt like I was okay. I'm kind of another lightning thing. Keep going, keep going. Now my lightning thing does more lightning thing. That's pretty cool. Keep going, keep going. You know, that's like, and I was like, this is fun, but also I'm like, kind of very samey situation that I was like hoping for variation, and I kind of just had the map memorized pretty quickly, so I was kind of still like just kind of going in a loop, and I had very little issue with any of the enemies or anything like that. So like there was even like there was an enemy that came out that was like a skull pig face or something like that, and it was very
Yeah.
difficult.
Did
But I
you
mean,
kill him?
Yeah.
Okay. I just never got enough
but it
mobs
didn't give me
to
anything.
kill him.
Just didn't
Oh,
give me
okay.
anything.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying is that like I did it and I was like that's fun, but it didn't really do enough. This is a major. This is like some good progression. It's like okay, there, I got that guy down. Continuing on, let's get this. Let's do the next thing and the next thing. And so, I just was like, okay, I'm kind of done with. It's like I didn't die. I just like okay, I'm shutting the game. The stuff, you know.
Oh. Okay. I mean, I got all the way to the end of it. But yeah, it didn't feel very climactic. I think that when you get more tracks that you can unlock, it'll probably be more interesting or more varied. Uh, if you do finish it, and it's again not terribly difficult, it just takes a bit of time. The post-credit scene or whatever you want to call it is the squirrel just like at the golf course sitting there, and then another squirrel is facing him and he's dressed like the Grim Reaper, and it's like,
That's
yes, it's
pretty well.
time. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Nope, that's the end of the demo.
Oh,
Okay. So you're ready for more? You wishlisted?
I wishlisted Scurry.
Okay.
Again, I'm waiting to see how if anybody else is really that interested in roadside research, but for sure Scurry is
No,
on
roadside
my list.
research was it was wishlisted before we played.
Wow.
I'd heard about it. And I was like,
Fancy.
I am into that.
Okay.
Now, Getty, the one I think you should also wish this next game.
But that I didn't play. So
Yes, but I think that you would love yourself some Dungeon Experience. Dungeon Experience is a first person, like you're going to a like not an escape room, but like the presentation is as such where like a crab will come out and goes, "Hey everybody, I'm here to give you your dungeon experience. So go ahead and walk through that door and you can start." And then it's like a motorized orc that you press the button and he's like, "Hello, fellow traveler." And it's it's to you about what's going to happen in your quote unquote dungeon experience. And
okay.
then and it breaks down and then you have to like figure out how to fix it, and then you like move on and the crab's like, "Hey, let me tell you about what's going to happen next. I'm a wizard." And you're basically going through this very bad like theme park where it's a quote unquote dungeon experience. But it's like the whole comedy is like the gameplay is like, okay, press both triggers. So like the broken down orc goes, "You need to fix my motion so you can move on. Press my buttons," and you press the button in front, and it's like, "Not that button, my other button." And it's like nips, and you gotta pull both triggers. Yeah. I press the orc's nips. And so
Okay. All
and
right.
then, so it's just like that kind of game where it's more about the comedy of what's going on. Silly it ends up being when the character is like you hear him like you're about to go to the first door and you hear the crab psyching himself. "You got this, you could do this, you're Clawsome." Oh, Clawsome, I gotta write that one down.
Oh,
Clawsome, yes,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, just like hype it up, and it's like very funny to hear that stuff. And like even in the demo, they say like, and if you don't like the demo, I will personally give you a saxophone performance. And they cut to the halfway point of the demo. They say, okay, you can play for another 20 minutes, or if you really didn't like it, we can do that saxophone solo. Which of course I'm like, I want to see the saxophones. And it does do a whole presentation where the crab plays for you a full saxophone performance, and then gives you a saxophone, and how you angle your camera and you play saxophone notes, and it was a good time. It was it's funny. It's very funny. It's very silly. And it's very first, like, just like the first person comedy games of just like seeing what happens, like a Stanley Parable.
Okay.
This is also a Devolver Digital joint, if you know Devolver Digital, and those games.
Yeah, you could have led with that, and I would have been like, "Oh." I went and checked it out. And what you described, yeah, I can for sure get behind those shenanigans.
Yep, I think it's worth it checking out. So this one was also wishlisted for me.
Cool.
Yeah, Dungeon Experience.
All right, we had some experience. We scurried around. We did some research. I think that qualifies for a break. Break.
Break.
All right, we're gonna go figure out life and be right back. Hey, you. I'm talking about the internet. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was very excited. I felt like you were
Alex,
only talking to me.
I'm only talking to you when we're talking about birthday cakes. And not that kind of birthday cake, Alec.
Oh,
Not that kind of birthday cake. The kind that'll get me in trouble with everyone. All right.
Mm.
Speaking of getting into trouble with everyone,
Getting that kick on your birthday. I got it.
we kicked Joel out of the episode, so now we're going to talk about what I want to talk about, not about Chronos, the New Dawn. As much as I really wanted to hear him talk about this Dead Space-ish game where the monsters can meld together and create even greater, terrifying monsters, whatever. Now you have to listen to me talk about Quartet.
I'm very interested about this.
And Alex was the one who was like, hey, y'all, you hear about Quartet? And we're like, no. And then we played the demo for Quartet. And
it
everybody was like,
awesome.
heck yeah. So I was like, all right, I got a week off of work. Borderlands is coming out. I'll do a little bit of that. And at the same time, I bought Quartet because when you're not on your computer, like you can play a game like Quartet anywhere. It's a JRPG, plays beautifully on Steam Deck. That's usually what I'll do. Is I'll either take it with me when I'm going out or if I'm away from the computer. So Quartet is a JRPG, turn-based. You've got 4 characters that the game is following after the prologue, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Long and short of it, the prologue, you get to know the game's mechanics, at least the combat mechanics and the exploration, because you play as these 4 people. I don't know that they're necessarily heroes, but they're going to overthrow this person who's going to try and take over the world. Okay, all of the elemental powers in the world are merging into one spot, and they defeat this person, and they're like, well, now what do we do with all of this power? I don't know. Possibly those are the bad guys that you're going to face off against later. I'll find out. Hopefully I'll be able to report back first. But after that, it breaks up into 4 characters' stories. I have only completed 2.5. I'm now part of the way through, I believe it's Cordelia's story. So the one that was available in the original demo was this guy. Hold on.
Oh, what was his name?
Called Nikolai.
Yeah.
So Nikolai's his story was available in the demo. He's a soldier. We only got up to the first town, right, guys? Nobody played past the first town when you arrive.
No, I hit
right?
that first town and was like, oh, wish list.
Yep.
I am not
Exactly.
going to spoil it too much, but things don't go exactly as you expect. The army that Nikolai is with, they go to war. Let's just say Nikolai has a falling out, and that's kind of where his story starts to go its own way, and then it eventually gets to a point where it's like, okay, this ends. I played Ben's story. Ben is a cook. Ben is a cook that doesn't get paid because the person who runs the restaurant that he works at is bad at gambling.
Oh, no.
So
Well, that's no good.
Ben goes to work, and
Never
upon
went there.
arriving, there are mobsters there. And they're like, hey, we're going to rough you up so that the guy who owns the restaurant pays us. And he's like, why would you beat me up? So they take him out back, and they go to wail on him, and he starts to summon a storm, an electrical storm.
Nice.
And the rest of Ben's story is like, oh, I'm a magician now. I can now use magical powers. It gets weird. He like goes around town. He's like, hey, can I help you? Can I help you? You do some odd jobs, and eventually you find out like more of his backstory, which is really heartfelt. It was about the end of this chapter where I was like, hey, it's kind of weird that some of these stories are a little politically charged. I I then get to the third one, which
A little bit.
I am looking at here. Cordelia is the character who I'm currently in, and then Alexandra is the last one. So in Cordelia's story, it starts off with, "Hey, you're an instructor, or you're a student at an academy, or you're." It's hard to tell. She wants to move up in like this hierarchy of education, and she is teaching some students. Well, she's going around this zoo area. She's showing the kids how to use the different magical abilities, but it's okay. Anything that happens in the zoo is secure. Like, there's wards in place. That's great. One of the kids does something stupid. One of the monsters breaks out, and you're running around the town trying to find it. And then, after you solve that problem, she goes back to the headmaster, and he's like, "Oh, bad news. Your father is now being framed for a crime that he has no way, they have no way of proving that he didn't commit because he's been dead for 2 years. And now you're being kicked out of town." And she's
Oh.
like, the parliament won't do anything about this. Like, nope, it's an easy scapegoat. So she's like, well, all right, packs up and leaves. Like, so basically, in all of the stories so far, one of the major driving forces is society. And it's
Yeah.
not what I was expecting. Usually it's like, oh, here's a big bad. You got to do that. Like, a lot of the issues that they're having are being driven by real things that could happen.
Yeah.
Nikolai's is war. He's caught in the middle because he's a soldier. Ben, he's just trying to get by, but then finds out that there's a different set of rules and regulations that he has to follow as a mage. And then poor Cordelia, she just was going about her normal stuff, and her family gets just pulled through the mud. Yeah. Gameplay, fantastic. Turn-based, no random encounters. Everything that you encounter is on the map. Healing is relatively easy to come across. Items, you can pick them up everywhere. One of the craziest things are the health tomes. So, you in games like this, you can pick up items that'll give you a stat boost.
Yeah.
Health tomes, 25 health. This is a massive jump in health. Like, strength, here's 1 strength. Health, here's a ton of health. Enjoy it.
Yeah, because I
That's
remember
nice.
by the time we got to the end of Nikolai's chapter, like, I had maybe 90 health.
So far in each of the characters' chapters, you get them up to level 10 by the end.
Okay.
And that's me doing every single fight that I can. It seems like you could probably skip some of them. I've been trying to explore every little nook and cranny to pick up chests.
Because I'm sure there's
But
an
I'm
achievement for
seeing-
that.
I don't know that there is, but I was seeing that, like, this game should be about like 20 hours, and I'm sitting here like, I am at like 8 hours, and I still haven't finished all 4 of the characters' introductory stories. So I can imagine maybe they just like book it at breakneck speed then through the rest
Mainline
of
it,
the
maybe.
game. Because like right now, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm interested to see what happens with the rest of the characters as I get all of them unlocked. Like, how are they going to meet up? The interaction between the characters should be a lot of fun because they all so far have vastly different personalities.
Okay, that's good. That's a good.
But I'll tell you, my favorite character so far is Ben. Just a regular guy trying to go to work. He's broke. Whenever he wakes up, he's like, man, I got to get some work so that my landlord will leave me alone. And then in the next room, the landlord's like, yeah, you better get work. And he's like, leave me alone. Why are you doing this? So there's a lot of humor. There's a lot of banter. Each of the characters, again, I feel like as you play through, you're going to find one that you really like. And that'll help.
Okay.
But so glowing review of Quartet so far. Haven't even finished all of the character stories, but I can already see the upside of this. I love the exploration. I love the combat, and it's not too heavy in one way or the other.
Nice.
If you want to explore, you can explore a little bit. if you want to do combat, it's just those little bites of combat. There's never like a point where you're running combat. You can take a break and you can heal after each one, in my experience.
Okay.
Oh,
So go do it. Go play Quartet.
yeah, it's on my list
Noted.
right after I beat Silk Song.
Silk Song, what's that?
We Alec and I are both still chugging along in our Silk Song journey. He's like at 30 hours, 20. I just got into Act 2. Alec, you are not quite done with Act 2 yet?
I thought when I was streaming last week that I was like late Act 2. No, I was in like beginning middle of Act 2 still. I have plenty more to explore should I choose, or I can go get you have to get 3 songs to get to the next area.
Yeah.
And I can go get that last song and go ahead, but I don't know that I'm quite ready to continue on. I feel like this is going to take me to the normal ending as opposed to the good one.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you know what the requirements are for the good ending, or are we still at the point where enough people have not revealed?
It's not 100% yet what makes the good ending. I will tell you that the bad ending is Act 2. Like, you finish it, and then you have to do a bunch of other stuff to unlock Act 3.
Okay. So
So,
there's
like,
a world where you don't even see Act 3.
Yeah.
Yes. People have been rolling credits and then just stop it.
At the end of Act 2?
Because there is a set of credits.
Oh.
There is a set of credits.
Okay.
But again, there was a thing in Hollow Knight in the first game where you could beat the game relatively quick, but if you wanted the good ending, there was like a whole nother set of bosses and places to explore and find do. So like it was like a pretty kind of a sizable checklist using like a different. You first have to unlock a weapon, and then you have to use it on the right people to do the right thing to make a thing happen to then get these bonus bosses. Like so, I think it might be similar to that where you could theoretically beat the game, but if you would like to fully like finish everything off, there's still a lot more to do. But there is like an Act 3 like a title card, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So you just have to unlock that.
Fancy?
So what I thought was fun was Alec came over and he kind of just was like, oh, let's just wander, like we're bored, we're talking. Let's just pull up Silk Song and run around. And like we just kept like running into different bosses, and then me would just keep passing the controller between turns.
Yeah.
Like the boss I could not figure out, Alec would beat, and then he was having really a tough time with a boss. We're just kind of going back and forth in a way that beating bosses together. It was pretty fun. Yeah. So
Sounds
I think
like
that
a lot of fun.
yeah, I think there is a lot of there's still a lot more to do. I was showing Alec where I was stuff yet, and I'm like, but I'm almost done with the first act, and he's like, yeah, you definitely don't need to be. You could just like still go.
And
That's what I
what's really kind of cool is that I've gone back to things that I realized I've missed after having been in Act 2, and merchant bugs are now dead. That I could have interacted with and bought stuff from. It's like they're just dead. And it's okay.
Yeah, because Alex saw my map and he's like, I don't have some of these areas, and how did you do this? And then he's like, I'm gonna go back and do all this. I'm like, that's fun. That's a fun thing that we could both. Because he was also like, you missed this part and you missed this part. You should go over here. I was like, okay, this is kind of fun that we both missed different things and both are now like trying to go back and figure out what do we miss. So there is still like a good community for this, and it is still in that phase of release where people don't quite know what everything is yet. Like for instance, Alec, there is the quill. One of the first things you get lets you update your map.
Yep.
But if you don't buy it, like for a long time up until where you get to say the arena, which I don't even know what it is, or that's in Act 2.
The theater.
Yes. If you go there, there's a free red quill that's different.
Yeah, and
But
if you have it, you can't
Yes.
pick
But
it up.
also, if you then if you don't grab that and you fight more bosses and then you come back, it's now a purple quill.
Oh, really?
But I don't. No one knows what the differences are yet. At least that's what I read online. That people are not 100% sure. So there's still some mystery. I think that's fun. It's always fun at the beginning of a game's life that it's like there's mystery.
Okay.
So, yep. Still plugging along. I go through waves. Of it, and I hated is for probably like 4 days, and then came back, and now I'm like in the loving it phase again. But I'm sure that'll change really. It's like Sekiro. Sekiro is super fun when I'm exploring. Super pain in the butt when I'm at a boss.
Yeah, I definitely feel that because I've got an optional boss. There's a side quest where you build a mechanical heart and you can take it to this guardian and it activates them and they run around the halls and occasionally you run into them attacking enemies, and then finally there's a quest and they want to fight you. And man, are they kicking my butt every time.
Yeah, man. Get good, I guess, right? Like, what else can you do except for like try to like you can't. It's like there's not a ton of grinding to do.
No, there's not. I could go try and find more mask shards. I've got 3 out of 4 on my current next mask, which would put me up to 8.
Okay.
But
All right, so there's still room for that.
yeah,
And also different tools, different items can like change how you play. So adjust that.
oh yeah, it was really interesting to see the tool that you preferred versus the ones that I have and be like, oh, I missed these.
Yeah, you were like, oh man, how do you play this? But you're so much slower. I'm like, but I have more control. I feel like, with you were zipping around and just smacking into everything.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I need more control.
No, I definitely use my health as a resource.
He gets so aggressive. He just
I
like
believe
a Dark
it.
Souls. It's like a Dark Souls boss. He's just tanking hits to the face so he can just keep whacking him. I'm like, man, I don't. That makes me super uncomfortable. I'm a hit once or twice and then I run away.
But you know this. On Extra Life, we have played. I know how Alec operates. Like, he's all or nothing kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna go for it. I mean, that's probably why there's so many games where Alec has a bad time. But then again,
Yeah.
like, it's a good strategy. Let's be honest, Alex, if you don't want to do all of the things, your best bet is just straight offense. Like, force of will is a way to beat those games.
Yeah.
So
And you get more of your, like, you know, whatever it is, mana the version of mana, the more you hit, and then you can use that to heal. So he is theoretically getting more mana to heal. But I'm like, I'd rather just not need to heal.
No, you got to use it. And hey, you've got tools to speed up your healing and heal 4 now.
But they use my mana. Like, there was one thing that he's like, oh, you have this, you could throw these daggers and you could do this powerful hit. And I'm like, but it takes my mana. And then I might get hit. So no, I'm not going to use it ever. And he's like, that seems silly. I'm like, no, don't want it. Which I just killed the boss. I killed the boss recently using all my tools.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't.
Like, I do the exact opposite in JRPGs. Like, I bet when I went through the Quartet demo, I didn't use any items because what if a boss pops up and I need those items?
You guys, you just gotta get over it. You gotta use the items.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, I used to be the same way. Now, one of the games that I finished in the last couple of weeks was Final Fantasy, 5? No,
Yes.
Nice.
was it 5? Must have been 5. And yeah, it was the Pixel remaster. And I was like, I just need to use the items.
Yep.
Like, you gotta use them. Otherwise, not gonna make it through it. And again, force of will. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Neo
watching
EX
Alex
Death.
really,
That's
like,
how I did it.
I was definitely watching Alec hit them a lot more than I was hit. So I was like, oh, I guess there is like, obviously I didn't. There wasn't ever really a thought that Alec is ridiculous. My thought was, oh man, I could probably get another hit or two in because Alec is getting like 5. I mean, he's tanking a hit for sure, but what if I got 3 instead of 2? So I learned a lesson from Alec. That was good. And he also, there are enemies that'll throw like flaming like coals at you, and he is like volleyball hitting them back at the enemies, and I'm like, dude, you could just get hit. Like, why don't you just like avoid it? And there's always these like boss runs. You got to run to the boss, and from where the save point is, and he is he is killing every single enemy along the way, and I'm like, why?
For the
could run
rosaries.
this in like 2 to 3 seconds.
That's
Yeah,
badass,
he's like,
man.
I want the
I'm gonna say
currency.
it.
Yeah. And he's like, the whole time we were talking, and he's like, I have so much money, and I'm like, I'm broke all the time. And he's like, I don't know, man, I'm not broke. And then like I see him, and he's like stopping and killing every enemy every time, and I'm like, oh, this is. And he's getting hit a bunch, but he's also got the mana to heal. So I'm like, okay, I guess this. But I'm like, I just run through it, and I never get hit. And it works for me, I guess, but I'm also broke. So
It's a trade-off.
Who's really right here? Yeah,
Dang, dude.
yeah. Alec is the real winner here.
I don't know. We'll find out once we get to beat time.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. You just gotta get to the end. I'm sure that you're gonna replay this game like at least 2 more times.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I had to guess. This year?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Now you know who the real winner is come November.
The children.
The kids, Getty. The kids, yeah. Good call. Because in November, we will be doing Extra Life. Getty, go ahead and hit him with the dates and what's going on with Extra Life.
Oh, yeah. Here at Super GG Radio, we've already planned out our date. We are going to be doing the National Game Day, which will take place on November 8th. So that's 11/8. We are going to be streaming from midnight to midnight. So that Saturday, all day, we're going to be coming at you from the Super GG Radio stream. You can check us out on Twitch. Probably be on YouTube, I imagine. We were streaming a couple of places this last year. And we're going to do it again this year. Our goal is to... I don't know if we'll push ourselves to try and far exceed what we were able to accomplish, but we're definitely going to try and match, if not do a little bit better than last year. Again, it's all
That
for the
reminds me,
kids.
I got to email my company. Their thing for trying to match is now.
Okay, yeah. So, what is Extra Life? If this is the first time that you're hanging out with Super GG Radio, you don't know what I'm talking about. Extra Life is a charity, but it's not just a charity. It's about video games too. So every year there's a National Game Day where streamers will play for an entire day. You don't have to donate on the day. You can do it before. You can do it leading up to. And it's not just
donate
video
after.
games. Yeah, there's tabletop. There's always stuff going on throughout the course of the year. This is just our big day where we take the opportunity to all sit together as the crew of Super GG Radio, hang out and raise money for the kids. The 3 of us that are here with you right now are all raising money for Lurie's Children's Hospital. That's out of Chicago. One of the greatest pediatric facilities in the U.S., if not the best. but we year after year have been able to contribute more and more money to them through the great charity in Extra Life.
We've actually been one of the biggest in for them, in fact, through the Extra Life program.
They like us.
Yeah.
The group out here in Chicago.
And we go to like the events and stuff like that. We'll go visit that and go hang out with the kids. But that's the thing about Extra Life is that it is for the kids. That's like the number one thing. And really all we're doing is asking you to come hang out throughout that 24 hours. Cheer us on. Donate if you can. If you can't, that's understandable. But cheering us on is another good way to do so. And we are setting up our schedule right now for some spooky games, some co-op games, some fun ideas. I know for a fact that I'm working with Getty's wife to do some hot dog related shenanigans. Getty, what do you got going on for your Extra Life tiers?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. This year I decided that I'm going to be adding some incentives. The incentives will be, of course, the wonderful stickers. If you didn't get any or you want more, my wife made some great stickers for my 40th birthday party. It is me dressed awfully, but that's going to be a $10 donation if you're feeling really generous. Anything above $20, you can have some temporary tattoos that I'll throw your way. I may end up trying to do a little bit more.
We'll throw in some Super GG Radio stickers as well in that. There'll be like a little sticker pack.
Oh, we got stickers still?
Yep.
You've been holding out on me.
So we got sticker packs and that'll be good. What else we got, Getty?
I think that we still need to have a couple more team meetings, but we might try and do some crazy stuff like we did last year where at a certain amount of money that gets donated, we may do a wardrobe change. We may eat some disgusting hot dogs. We may take some disgusting shots of what'd you have us drink last year? It was
Buffalo chicken soda.
Buffalo chicken soda. That was gross. Yeah.
Yes, it was gross.
So if you have suggestions or you'd like to see us do something completely crazy that's not going to be inappropriate for Twitch, throw it out there. We're always here. We will listen to what you have to say, and maybe we'll throw it into the rotation. Alternatively, if you have games that you want us to play or you're really hype on, we do have a segment for early adopters. We're going to be playing some new alphas, betas, demos just during our 24 hours. So anything that's hot or that you know about that you want us to check out, we're here. Again, this is all just for charity. A bunch of guys hanging out for a whole day, raising money for the kids.
Yeah. So get hyped. I already have the pre-stream movie that we're gonna watch in a air, which is gonna be we're gonna watch Naked Gun, the new Naked Gun movie.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. People will be trying to sleep. I'll be laughing to Liam.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's gonna watch that? I'm gonna try and get some rest before we have to jump into spooky time.
Hey, you do you, boo. Me and Liam Neeson got this going. That movie rules so hard. So hard.
All right, so more to come on Extra Life. We're going to be providing updates. We're going to share our schedule. Again, any viewer, listener that has some ideas, throw them out there. We are definitely around and here for you. I think that can take us to the end, probably. Unless you guys have anything else you want to throw in there?
Nope.
All right, let's get to that last segment, One Last Thing. And this week's One Last Thing is brought to you by, I don't know where I was during the last podcast, but thanks for doing episode 301 without me.
We got you,
Can't
buddy.
tell if I'm serious or not.
We got you.
I can't tell if you're serious either.
I don't think I ever introduced myself this episode. I'm Eric Getty Gettinger, and my one last thing is I have so much Borderlands 4 to play that it is criminal. That game is massive.
Are you running solo or you got the crew going?
I'm running solo, but I'm having a lot of time exploring everything.
You couldn't get home in?
Hoffman generally doesn't play that. It would be Stevers.
Yeah, and he does not have a console. He told me that he wanted to get one.
Yeah. So I think Stevers will get there, but we'll save that for another day. Alex, hit me with your one last thing.
I'm currently in Marvel Rivals Hell, where I'm at right. The people have dissected the way that rank works. If you play really, really good, they will then throw you on a team of really, really bad players and expect you to be able to be good enough to kind of carry. And if you don't, like, and they'll do that a bunch of times in a row, and if you don't, then you'll just kind of get knocked down. And then the next game, it'll be a bunch of good people. Yeah, it's a real weird, bad system that everyone dislikes. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Like, that system is, people are talking about it on the internet a lot, but I'm also just saying, you know what? I just played really good. And the game's just mad at me and making me play with a bunch of bad people. That's my excuse.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Myself.
Yep.
What if you're the bad person?
I did pretty well. You know, I'm healing or I'm tanking. I actually did talk. I was in a group. We're all talking. You know, you guys hear about the rank play? And then, like, I told them like about it. They're like, oh yeah, I did kind of hear that. And then, sorry guys, I played too good last time. And everyone was like, what? Are you calling us all bad? And I was like, bye.
Woof.
I'm toxic, man. When I'm losing, I'm toxic.
Don't be like that.
Isn't that a Britney Spears song?
Yep.
Toxic? Yes, it is. All right, Alec. One last thing.
You know what else is coming out next week that I'm really looking forward to that we didn't really touch on?
Another game.
Another game. Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles.
Yes.
I'm pumped for that.
I have heard that they have added difficulty options. And I was like, oh,
nice.
Maybe I'll actually replay this again.
On a harder difficulty.
Nope.
Of course, so he can snap his Steam Deck.
Alex,
I just want to hang out with. I just want to hang out with Ben Starr. I just want to hang out with Ben Starr. Why can't I just hang out with Ben Starr and be?
We already established that he is not in that much of the game, so.
I just want to be bros.
He's just a small part of the game.
He's what's his name and what's the guy's name in 16?
Clive.
Yeah, he's Clive. Getty. He's Clive.
Mm-hmm.
Love Clive.
And didn't you play another game with him in it this year?
Yeah, I played Date Everything.
Mm-hmm. And another game that he was also in.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. I can't remember what it was though. I played a bunch of games with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't escape him. He's everywhere.
Everywhere.
He is Ben Starr.
He is Ben Starr.
All right, that'll be it for this week's episode of Super GG Radio. Before we go, you can find us on Blue Sky at Super GG Radio and twitch.tv/Super GG Radio, where Thursdays, much like tonight, or every other Thursday, I guess, we got a podcast going on. If podcasting isn't up your alley and you just want to watch us play video games, you know, some Thursdays we do that. Sometimes Alex just goes online and trolls people in Marvel Rivals. Sometimes Joel's supposed to finish Sekiro.
He's never gonna do it.
Who knows?
I told you that.
Who knows?
I have no faith in him.
But
Ouch.
again, there's going to be some ramp as we get ready for Extra Life, so check it out. We're going to be around, maybe.
Follow our
If
socials.
you'd like to, yeah, we got socials
Supposedly.
besides Blue Sky and
Blue
Twitch.
Sky. Those are, and Twitter, X. Those are the socials.
Well, you can't say Twitter, man. You're gonna get us in trouble.
Yeah,
You're gonna
that's
get
no-
gronked or whatever it is.
Oh, I don't even know what that means. But yes, I don't want that.
Whatever the AI is.
Grok.
Gonk.
Yep.
Is Grok.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hate it.
Yeah, me too. But if you'd like to reach us with questions or input, our email address is mail@superggradio.com and provide us a review on iTunes or the podcast app of your choice. And if that wasn't enough for you, you can check out our Patreon where you can get monthly pictures of our dogs, get your name read off as an executive producer. Do we do executive producers? Free copies
We
of
can,
Early
yeah.
Adopters, and even get a chance to play a game with us. If you want to win, you can play against Alex. If you want to lose, you can play against me. Thanks for listening, and good game, Alex.
GG Getty.
Good game, Alec.
Good game.
Where is my Joel?
Good game.
Come
Joel.
back to me, Joel. I miss you.